Because of our social media presence, we've been getting a lot of resumes and people approaching us and great talent wanting to join Team Danlock and wanting to join our global organization. So I thought it would be very useful to make a video just for you, from me, the CEO, the founder, to you. What's it like to join Team Danlock and what we're looking for? Now, as a founder, as a CEO, I think this video would also help you tremendously and give you some powerful insights on how do you hire and how do you build your high-performance team. Number one, culture first, strategy second. What are you talking about, like culture? It sounds so intangible, it sounds so far away from me. But now as my company grows, I absolutely realize how important culture is. Now, what exactly is culture and why is it so important? You have to understand that when you go to a certain point, the company is no longer just about you, that you're not the main driver of the business anymore. Now you are relying on your team, the talents that you've hired. And when it comes to people, culture is the glue, it's how people work, how they operate, how they think, how they view your corporation, how they view your team, it's your leadership. Culture, when you have a small team, they could easily govern by rules and regulations. When you have a bigger organization, then your people, they are governed by culture. You see, with the right people, with the right culture, everything works. Without the right people, without the right culture, nothing works. And you will always get drama within your business. Comment below if you know what I'm talking about. And drama costs bandwidth, drama costs money. So when it comes to culture, culture is how your team, your people will operate without you being there. When you're not there, how do they think? Do they understand what your values are? Do they understand your vision as a CEO, as a leader? That's the glue, that's the magic. You see, your products might change, the marketplace might change, your service might change, technology might change. But if your people are resourceful, they can pivot, they can adapt. With the right culture, everything works. But without the right culture, nothing works. Remember, culture eats strategy for breakfast. Number two, we attract talents worldwide. Although we are based in Vancouver, Canada, but we have team members from all over the world. Our core team is based in Vancouver, but we have another team that could be from anywhere in the world. Now with technology, with video conferencing, with so many of these project management software, don't recruit, don't hire just limited by your geographic area. After a while, we do have members working from other countries and live in other parts of the world that they want to relocate to Vancouver and work closer with the team. Not because I asked them to, not because it's a requirement, because they want to. I see myself as kind of like Tony Stark, as the Avengers, right? We assemble a pool of great talents working together, focusing on one mission. When I'm hiring, I don't care about your background, I don't care where you're from, I don't care about your accent, I don't care about your resume at all. I care about your attitude, I care about if you're coachable, I care if you believe in what we do, and I care about if you are willing to do what it takes. Skills I could train, I could give that to you, that's not a problem. But attitude, you gotta come in with the right attitude, that's the most important thing that we look for. Number three, we only hire people who believe in what we do. The things that we tell any new applicants who want to work for our organization is, if they're just looking for a paycheck, a job, this is not the place for them. That our company is not the place for them. Because the way that we do things, the way that we move and how fast we move, this is not a traditional, typical organization where you clock in and clock out 9 to 5. Very often my team members, they work late till at night. There's like the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, we could be filming, we could be last minute, they get a message from me 2 a.m. in the morning and expect something by like 6 a.m. Like the pace that we work, most people simply cannot do that. They're not able to do that. It's not a pace that they're used to. So I tell them up front, One of the things that's very unique about our culture is that all my team members, they don't call me Mr. Locke, they don't call me Dan, they don't call me boss or anything like that. They call me Sifu. Now, if you follow my work, Sifu is a martial art term because I'm a martial artist. It is, in Chinese term, means a mentor. I see my role not so much as a boss and dictate what to do. My role as a leader is much more like a mentor, more like a coach. My job is to help them become successful. And that's your job as well, to figure out exactly what are their goals, what do they want, and how do I, me as a leader, help them become successful? How do I build that yellow brick road? And that's the big difference between what I do and what everybody else does. Number 4, we hire for culture and train for skills. Now, you may have heard of the saying, oh, hire for attitude and train for skills. I don't quite believe in that, because what I've found is someone might have a great attitude, but they might not have a good culture fit. So you have to be very clear as a leader, what is the culture of your organization? And you need to be very upfront with any potential hire. Tell them, this is our culture, this is how it works, this is how we do things, right? This is how we operate. It's much better to let them know upfront. We don't even have an HR department. I never liked the word human resource. It makes me feel like, are you treating employees like a numbers, like some kind of robot, like human resources? I don't like that. Instead of having a HR department, we have a talent acquisition division. That's what we do. And I never, ever hire based on a resume. Now, this is very counterintuitive, and I know everyone is taught, okay, yes, send in a resume. I never believe in that. First of all, because even my mentor, who gave me a job back then when I was working under him, learning him, being an apprentice, he never asked me for a resume. He wasn't looking for that. And I just don't believe that you can read someone's character, what they could do based on a damn piece of paper. Just forget about it. How would you know? So instead of doing that, a lot of the hire that we do is either through referrals, meaning our existing team members, because birds of a feather flock together. If they are the right team members and they are working with you for a long time, chances are their friends would have similar characteristics. They have similar interests, right? They have similar attitude. So referrals, great. Or they are one of my students, they're learning from me, they're fans of me, they follow me on social media. That's also where we hire our people. And I never listen to what they say, I watch what they do. Meaning when I hire someone, I give them all kinds of tasks, all kinds of tests. I want to see how they behave. How do they behave under pressure? Do they crack under pressure? How do they behave under stress? Do they get along with other team members? You can't read that from a resume. You can't get that from a reference. So I don't never call references all that it doesn't mean anything to me. I watch what they do. I give them tasks. I give them what I call tests, Dufus tests. I give them all kinds of things. So I want to see how they work. Then from there, they tells me everything I need to know. Then when the time is right, I sit down with them, or my director sit down with them and say, hey, you know what? Now we invite you to join Team Dan Lok full-time. Number 5, we believe in self-education. Now, as a global organization, not only we are impacting and educating millions of people worldwide, but how can we do that if we don't educate ourselves? If we're not growing and we're not learning all the time? As not just an educator, as a role model, in the last 12 months, I've invested over $500,000 in consulting, in training to make myself better, to upgrade my skills. One of the rules that we have within our organization, unlike other companies out there, that my staff, my team members, they invest in themselves. Example, if we're going to some kind of training, we're attending an event, my organization, we don't pay for the tickets and we don't pay for the tuition. They invest in themselves. Because one thing I noticed, there are a lot of corporations, when they send their staff to training, they don't want to be there. The staff, they go to that place, they can't wait to get out of the hotel room, they can't wait to get out of the class, they're doing it out of obligation, and then they go drinking and all that bullshit. We don't do that. We believe in self-education. When there's no skin in the game, there's no game. Whatever people pay attention. So it is not an obligation. I never require them to learn. My culture is everyone is learning. We're talking about what books we're reading. Hey, are you reading this book? I'm reading this book. You should read this book. We're learning all the time. We're attending events. We are brainstorming. We are doing it all together. One thing I'm very, very proud of is one of our directors, that one of the issues that we have is with Facebook advertising, that we are trying to figure out ways to how to make it better. But this particular director, he invests $10,000 of his own money to solve this problem, to learn better ways so we can run better ads, so we can be more efficient. Didn't ask me, told me afterwards. And that's a very big chunk of his annual pay. And that's what we do. When their skills improve and they can bring more value and do more for the organization, I'm not paying them to learn, but their skills are improved, then I will reward them based on the results that they produce. Because one thing I've learned is whatever the skills that they've learned, whatever skills that I have learned, they keep, that I keep. I very, very much believe in that. And that's one thing that I think differentiates us from everybody else. And every Thursday morning, we have what we call a growth time. Any one of the members, on the team, they could teach a segment, 45 minutes, an hour, what they're working on. And they could teach and they share. Here's what's going on. Here's what's going on with my division. Here's what's going on within my department. And they teach each other. And that's the culture that we have. So if you believe you have what it takes and if you want to join our organization after hearing all these things, and chances are either like, hell no, I will never want to work for Dan Lok, or you're like, hell yes, this is exactly what I've been looking for all these years, click on the link somewhere here and go to that page. You can submit. I don't want a resume, I want a video from you. I want you to explain to me, sell me why we should hire you. And I don't care, forget what positions that we're looking for, put all that aside. Tell me your story. Tell me your background. Tell me your superpower, your talent. What can you bring to the table? What's your personal goal? If we believe it's a good fit, one of my directors will be in touch, and who knows, maybe someday you join our organization. So go ahead, click a link right now.